Hi, I'm Allie Reynolds with Allie's Organics, and I'm going to talk about some compost facts. Compost to me is essential. This is some compost that has already been composted and it's been sifted and it's ready to use in the garden. Compost shouldn't have any smell. It should smell fresh and earthy. Compost is great for the garden. It creates a great till. It feeds your plants. At the beginning of the year, I like to add 4 to 6 inches of compost and then till and work that in. You can also use compost during the growing season as a mulch. Helps keep the soil cool, and you can add a couple of inches of this around your plants. Feeds them. Helps keep the moisture in, and you can continue to do this through the growing season. Anytime you plant anything new in your garden, you should always add compost. At the beginning of the year, add 4 to 6 inches, and then every time you plant something new, you want to add maybe a couple of inches through the growing season. There's also compost tea, which is pretty essential also. This was some compost tea that we had percolating for 3 days, and it's great just to put right over the top as a foliar feeding. You can just feed right into the soil also. Gives them a real boost. It's kind of like a concentrated compost. It gets right there and real fast. If you've done 14-day compost, it isn't going to look like this. It's not going to be as dark, and you're going to have larger chunks in it probably, and that's all right as long as the temperature isn't heating up like it was when you were turning it. You should have it down around in the 80s, and then it's good to use. If your temperature is still up there in 100, 120, you shouldn't really be using it, because if you put it into your ground, it's going to rob your soil of some nitrogen. Compost tea isn't like manure tea where you have to dilute it 1 to 10. You only have to dilute it 50% and it's okay. But I do not like to use compost tea or manure tea on new little seedlings. It seems to burn them no matter what, so I don't like to use that. But once they're out, they're established root system, they've got their true leaves, it's all right to go ahead and use it. It's a great way to feed them. If there's one thing you do in your garden, make sure you put compost in it. That is the most essential thing if you don't do anything else. Compost is just so good for every plant. You can use it in your flower gardens, you can use it in your vegetable gardens, you can use it in potting mixes also. You can mix compost with vermiculite or perlite, either one, with some peat moss, 1/3 of each, and it makes a great potting soil. So compost is pretty essential, and there's some composting facts for you.